let's discuss cancel culture. It's a lot easier to be negative than it is to be positive.
I like to look at everything, the whole circumference, and then make my own opinion from that. Sometimes you really want to say something and you think, should I say that? Disclaimer, I want to apologise to Little Mix.
Do you want to know what someone's had for breakfast? Do you want to know when someone's having a shit? Do you want to know
Not that. Try and keep it positive. Try and put the good energy out there and it will come back to you, man.
SaSaSaS show. Best of the best of the best with the very fresh flow.
Yo, SaSaSaS in the house, on your screen, in your ears.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, that's right, everywhere.
We get about.
We get about. So listen, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, get involved. You know what? We want to hear your thoughts on these cars. We love reading your
That's what's been good.
We read all the messages.
All the messages. That's what's been good. Even with the clips, man. They would create a whole debate and stuff, and it's good to see. And do you know what I mean? I think in the future as well, we should have a couple of guests up here. We'll see how that goes, man.
Definitely,
to kind of talk about, bring another perspective on things as well.
100%. That's definitely what we're going to do. So I think today, what we're going to do is let's discuss cancel culture.
Let's delve into it, man. Let's delve into it.
This is the time where you should have like a little theme music.
Yeah. It's about to get deep. Nah, for real though, let me just give kind of a brief kind of thing on cancel culture for me, man. Back in the day, I was always championing freedom of speech. Yeah. As a hip hop fan, there was certain elements of the American sort of system that were trying to shut down artists for what they were saying, whether it was, FBI with NWA with F the Police, whether it was 2 Live Crew with their kind of sex lyrics, and they were saying they can't be ripping them out of shops and smashing their records in the streets, and even Snoop felt it years ago because of their content.
People were doing that.
People were saying they should be banned.
Oh wow!
The NWA got arrested for performing that song at a concert.
That's right. I
was on the film that people have seen, and there was a lot of shutdown on what we call freedom of speech. And so back in the day, I was, freedom of speech. Now, in the current climate, it has to be questioned because is sometimes speech or what people say online, is it so toxic and so negative and so impactful on, say, young people that they have to kind of block its reach or whatever? I'm not saying you should, but is that a question that should be done? Because I know, for instance, everyone's heard of Andrew Tate, right?
Well, you're the one that made me aware of it. I wasn't.
Right, okay. But with the content he was putting out and stuff. Yeah. And now, obviously, we all know that he's been banned off every single social media site. The only way he can get his thoughts out there is by going on Piers Morgan and kind of putting it out there like Kanye.
Yeah, like an interview type
that
thing,
kind of thing. But he's not allowed to be, put out his own content on the social media platforms. And I know for a fact that his content was going around schools. Yeah. Because I've got young nephews who are 12 and 15.
What was he saying? I remember you kind of
there's lots. I don't want to just say, everything he was saying is bad and there's nothing true in what he was saying. Or there was some disgusting stuff he was saying. Do you know what I'm saying? In the mix of it. And it's like, I don't want to judge anybody. That's not my vibe. But it's like I know for a fact that his content and certain things he was saying was influencing young minds because these young people have access to this on what we call a phone, but it's literally their access into the world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a case of I don't want to single him out, but it's just an example of someone whose influence was maybe making these young boys, for instance, look at women in a certain way, look at young girls in a certain way. And maybe that's the sort of thing we do need to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, the whole cancel thing, if you say, do you agree with cancel culture? I'd say no. Because I think unless it's R. Kelly, who's been proven to do horrible, disgusting things with minors, do you know what I'm saying? Unless it's that level of he's doing birds, he's in prison for what he's done.
Yeah.
I think if someone shows a willingness to say, I was messed up. Yeah. If it's genuine. If sometimes, they're trying to protect the bag. They don't want to lose their sponsors. Yeah. And I think if it's that, I think you need to sit on the naughty chair for a bit and lose a bit of money. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think if people are genuinely upset, if people are genuinely sorry for what they've done and they want to reach out maybe to a community they have offended and learn more and create a dialogue with that community, then I think that's healthy, and I don't think they should be banished forever if there's a willingness to learn and kind of own up for their mistakes and I think if you take ownership for something you've done, I don't think you should be cancelled, man.
No, I mean, it's obviously a very touchy subject, and I think there's different levels of, you know, like, and also misinterpretation of what someone says.
Sometimes in text, things can get really misinterpreted as well.
Big time. So
because there's no tone to it. If I could say one thing to you and I say it in a certain tone, and it's like,
well, if I say to you, "Oh, shut up, stop being a dickhead," you're gonna know that I'm. But if I type that, you might be like, "What?"
and be more offended. Totally, man.
So the thing is, I think the problem. I always remember Evil B saying this to me, like, big up James. Yeah, I always remember him saying to me once, "Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has one."
Yeah,
and I've never ever forgot that, what he said. That was just such a, you know, for of the sort of hour and a half conversation we probably had that day. That was the one thing I remember from that whole conversation. And the thing is, I think people are easily swayed by media, social media, and everything like that. And you know, I found myself even recently. Like if I read stuff, like it will kind of make me go, oh, I didn't really look at it like that. And then it might change my opinion. And so I kind of think if I want to, but at the same time, we've still got to learn because beliefs that I might have had when I was 20, I don't have now.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because you grow through life experience,
exactly.
Isn't it, man?
And I think that what people do is if they make a mistake, they shouldn't be, I don't believe, if they make a silly mistake, so to say. I don't think that they should be cancelled like forever. If they make a really bad thing like what
we're talking about
what's his
extreme
name?
Case of an R. Kelly or something.
R. Kelly, that's what I was thinking. Like that, then obviously you're just abusing your power there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's a completely different thing. But the thing is
abuse of power is, I think, totally different to someone having an opinion on something and maybe putting it in the wrong way and offending whatever group they've offended. I think, and like I said, if there's a willingness then to say, yo, I messed up, man, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, guys, can I learn from you? Can you tell me where I'm going wrong, for instance? And that creates more unity and more harmonious vibes, man.
I think people are just, it's a lot easier to be negative than it is to be positive. And I think people jump on that. And I think what we do is, like, it's very easy to get in a negative spiral. And that's what, you know, I used to love about, you know, Skibbs, God rest his soul. He always used to put out positive posts.
Always.
And everything was just positive. Even if I'd talk to him and he was having a bad day, and then the next thing, half hour later, I see a really positive post, and I'm like, that's not. I know you're putting that out because you want to change your mindset, but you know you're not. You're annoyed today about something, whatever it might be.
But what it is, if you put, and it's real talk, man. It's not some hippie thing. If you put out good energy, you do get it back.
100%.
If you put out constant negativity, constant division, constant divisive content, then you're gonna get that sort of hatred.
You think people, like, let's say, I always remember this one. Do you remember that time that guy? There was that Facebook page. They did this meme of Jeremy Corbyn wearing an SAS hat and going, "I love jump up," and what it is the post got like thousands of comments, and like thousands of likes, and it was quite funny because what we did is we basically went and we downloaded the picture and we posted it ourselves because we thought it was funny.
Of course.
Whereas I think that the people doing the page were trying to probably have a little dig at us, in some sort of way. But what we did is we turned that negative into a positive. And we had people on our page going, "Oh my God, it's jokes." They actually messaged us saying, "Hi guys, we made that. Can you credit us?" And I just replied, "LOL," because I thought, why am I crediting you? But I went and had a look at their Facebook page, and I'm not lying to you when I tell you their previous posts had 8 likes, 9 likes, 15 likes, but this one had thousands. So you know what they did? And this, I'm getting to my point now. What they did is they see that something they put up as negative got a massive response. So what they did was they thought, right, our next post, we need to make it negative. And their next post, they did negative, and it had another good response. So I think it's easier to feed a negative narrative. Which leads into, I believe, the cancel culture, because it's quite easy. Let's say somebody puts up a post going, I don't know, I didn't want to talk football, but if someone says, like an Arsenal or Man U fan talks about Chelsea, it'd be quite easy for me to go, you know.
And that's what happens.
Right? Do you see what I'm saying? So what it is some people put that stuff up to get the reaction. Because if they turn around and said, let's say I put up a post and I went, do you know what, as much as it pains me, Arsenal are playing well, because they are playing well and it bloody pains me, right? But do you know what?
Waited years for that.
Yeah. You got to look into that camera.
Joking,
otherwise
man.
it don't mean nothing.
No, it don't mean a lot. Him to say that.
But they are. I'm not stupid. I'm a realist, yeah? But the thing is like, if I put that up, you'd reply, maybe Shabs, a few Arsenal man would be like, oh, you know it. But if I put up something going, Arsenal, and you know, cussing Arsenal, it would get more replies. It'd probably get Arsenal fans hating, and they would have Chelsea, fans. West Ham, Tottenham all going, Again, it's a negative narrative. Does that lead into the cancel culture?
I guess people do sort of sometimes trying to monetize on negativity as well. And what people do with social media, it sort of leads into that as well, is they kind of watch what pops off, they watch what goes well on the algorithm, and if it's like a negative connotation, if they see, that positive post, that's not getting anything, this post where I've gone at a man, it's like back in the day when people used to diss people, isn't it? They knew if you come out dissing people, it's going to make noise,
of course.
So you come out dissing a rapper or whatever else, and then suddenly, you know, 50 Cent did it on How to Rob, he dissed everyone, he's the whole industry, and he got him known, and then he got what he wanted because Jay-Z then mentioned him in a tune. He's like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
So this has been going on for years,
for a long time, and that just goes on social media and everything else, man. Do you know what I mean? And I think what it is as well with people, the algorithm and that is so clever. Like, if you look at a certain amount of thing, you know what it does? It just feeds you more of that.
Yeah, no.
So then you're not
so mad. That is so mad.
So then you're not getting the other side of the opinions. I try and, even if I don't agree, I'm not going to get into politics today, but even if I don't agree with a certain politician or a certain political party or whatever agenda, I still look at what they're saying. Because otherwise, I'm just only getting one side of the story. I like to look at everything, the whole circumference, and then make my own opinion from that. But the algorithm just feeds you what they think you want to see.
It's funny you say that, because if you talk about Brexit, which is obviously a very divisive thing for our country, I don't know if you noticed, but the people that didn't want Brexit to happen were very vocal. And the people that did want it to happen said nothing. Now, what happened was, if anybody that did want it to happen said something, they would literally be shut down. And I'll tell you another thing. This is like kind of similar, but not similar. I remember once, years ago, I put up a post. There was this cyclist in front of me in the middle of like a dual carriageway, and as far as I'm concerned, I didn't think they were allowed on a dual carriage. What makes me laugh is there's a bike lane for them. Now this will probably get like, if a biker's watching it, it'll be screenshotted. But I put up a post going like something like, I said like, F him cyclists, like, you know, there's a bike lane, use the bike lane. Well, my God, I'm not joking you, the whole bike society come out and it's almost like if anyone cussed Eminem, like all the stands come out.
Oh, exactly.
Right. So what it is,
I mean, you look at Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
If anyone goes at Nicki Minaj, what I think they're called the.
Didn't you say
called the Beehive? They're called something else. The Barbs. They're called
the Barbs.
So the Barbs will attack.
Wait, didn't you say something about someone once?
Before disclaimer, I want to apologise to Little Mix and all fans.
Yeah, that's it. You said something.
And all fans of Little Mix. And
he said something about Little Mix.
Oh, and man. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I said it.
I remember calling you going, bruv.
You know what as well, right? The thing was, right, I said it, and then about a minute later, there's an MC called Lunacy.
Yeah.
Sick battle rapper. He hit me up and he's like, yo, bruv, man, you don't really want to go at Little Mix, you know? I said something about him a few weeks ago and it got a bit crazy. I was like, nah, it's all right. And then, it went mad. They was onto me, man. They was like, look at your record, that wouldn't sell. And taking a piss out my artwork and everything. So don't mess with Little Mix.
You know what? But the thing is this is like a perfect sort of example of cancel culture in many guises. I mean, what you said, if I remember, wasn't
I was definitely cancelled by Little Mix fans.
Yeah, it wasn't even that deep.
I think I said something about I don't want to start it again.
Let's not go there. But what it is again, it feeds into my thought process of how easy it is to be negative about something,
and it gets a lot,
and it can get a lot of traction. And I think it's really important to try and stay on the positive side of things.
Man.
Do you understand?
I try and keep a balance, man. We are human beings. We have negative thoughts. We have positive thoughts. But what you put into the universe and probably social media, because everyone looks at it, should be positive most of the time. We all have our days, and you might want to say something, and it's like, but maybe just tell your mate on the phone, innit, rather than put it out to the world.
I want to ask a question, and this would be like to people that are listening. As a consumer of social media, do you want to know what someone's had for breakfast? Do you want to know when someone's having a shit? Do you want to know
not that
like
breakfast maybe, yeah.
Breakfast. He wants to know about your breakfast. Yeah. No, but do you want to know the ins and outs of everyone's life? You know, like how the Kardashians have kind of had the cameras in their houses. Right. Did they change the whole narrative of like wanting to know everything that's going on in somebody's life?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I think they did on a mainstream level, and I think what's sort of sad about that is like back in the day, what was good about musicians, sports, people in the sort of the public eye was they had a bit of mystique to them.
Yeah.
You know, some people, and people like Kendrick Lamar still do it. They go away and you won't see them for like a year and a half. Yeah. Then it's album time. And that's what I've been doing. There's my album. Listen to that. Yeah. That's what I'm about. Yeah. You don't need to know what I had for breakfast. This is my thoughts. This is my innermost feelings. Yeah. Take that. And that's my art. And that's what you should be judged upon, not what car I got out today and what orange juice I'm drinking or whatever else. But we have sort of got into that, and it comes into a thing of where there's a pressure now to post online, and there's a pressure.
100%.
There's a pressure to sort of like remain relevant. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like because you got like someone like Nas just put an album out, and 21 Savage said, well, he makes good music, but he's not really relevant. Well, he's not really relevant because he doesn't put up 1,000 pictures a day. Is that what he's not tapping into that young mind state?
It's subjective. Like what's relevant? Like in terms of in his eyes, it ain't relevant. But he's made it. He's I know you love him. Like you rate him like highly. But he's an established artist, so he can go away.
No, it's very true. Very true.
And then park up and then come back.
Whereas the youngers need to keep that content going. Yeah. Especially when you're trying to build a name and build a buzz, man. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like back to your point. I was thinking about it as well in the back of my head, what you said about how people jump on things, like you said about a cyclist. And for something about a cyclist, it's not that important. But I think what I do like about this generation, just to balance it a little bit, is that they do generally shut down any racism, any homophobia, anything against women. Like they are on that, which I like, because you shouldn't be able to go there and offend people like that. You shouldn't be able to have, that to hurt people and hurt communities and say some really disgusting stuff about individuals. You know what I'm saying? We saw when Elon Musk took over Twitter, because he's all about freedom of speech, suddenly it went mad with racist posts and all this kind of stuff. And
I didn't see that.
Yeah, because obviously it opens up the sort of floodgates for people who want to. We saw it happen with the SaSaSaS situation.
Oh yeah.
That sort of online bullying that should be cancelled and shut down.
No, 100%. But do you know what? Right, I remember every time it's funny because Arteta, the Arsenal manager, what he did was he never started him in a load of games at the start of the season. He brought him on as sub, and I'm not joking you. I was there. I was at Brentford. I was at Chelsea as well. He actually got clapped on by all the fans, and it was
clapped on at Tottenham.
Oh yes, I
Even
think yes. But that's what I'm saying. And
it's always a small minority,
right? But why are the small minority the loudest?
It's a shame, man. But that also gets pushed to the forefront, doesn't it, as well, by the media?
Do you think that's down to the social media companies and the media outlets to kind of not do that? Because do you see what I'm saying?
That sort of content should be deleted and flagged and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I was saying this to someone the other day about certain content that just gets out there and it's just out there in the public sphere. And as soon as I put up a set on YouTube, if it's got a song that's got copyright on it, bang, they know that song's in there. You're not monetizing that video. So it seems easy to flag certain things.
True.
You'd have to tell me why, someone would have to tell me in the comments why it's so easy to flag a song as soon as it goes up.
Yeah, no, you're right.
As soon as it goes up. But if someone says something inflammatory or offensive or racist, it can go out there or even being added to that person.
Yeah. Do you think it's like, I kind of always get this feeling that some people love it, like when people are divided, because it's almost like a divide and conquer thing.
Of course.
It's like if you split opinion, then you can kind of like be, conquer that opinion, if that makes sense. So, because you've got half these people arguing with half, and they're not actually watching what's really going on. They're too
going
busy
at
each other.
It's an age-old phrase. It's called divide and conquer. Yeah. That's what it is. If you get these people squabbling online and going at each other, they are not watching the agenda that's being pushed forward by whatever powers that be. Do you know what I'm saying? whether that's government or even higher forces.
Do you know what? We're X amount of time into this cast, and it's probably been cancelled already.
It can't cancel us. You know the vibes.
You know, but the thing is, look, you know, just to sort of, unless you have anything else to add to this, I just want to kind of say,
no, man. I mean, you wrap it up, man. I think we've dealt with this. What
we need to do is we need to, like, you know, keep it positive out there. And the thing is I just think, like, sometimes you need to kind of weigh up the balance.
Yeah, things have to be put into perspective, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying as well? Word, yeah. Definitely, 100%, man.
You know, but we got to keep it positive, man. And
that's the main thing, man. I'd advise people if you're putting stuff out to social media, if you're putting try and keep it positive, try and put the good energy out there, and it will come back to you, man.
No, definitely. You know what? It's funny because have you ever done this? Written a tweet, deleted it.
Oh yeah.
And then written it again, deleted
Loads of times.
I've spent like 40 minutes doing that.
Sometimes you really want to say something and you think, should I say that?
This is what I'm saying now. We're in that time now where we're almost double.
And sometimes you should, you know.
Double checking ourselves.
Sometimes you kind of should say something. It is important not to always hold your tongue when it's something that needs to be said.
Even if it's something as simple as,
sometimes it's the wording.
You see, read
the room and look at how it's going to be received.
Don't you say? Have you got a lyric about that?
Yeah, put it on the check it out. Pulse check on hospital site. Yeah, man, check that freestyle out.
Wicked freestyle. But there's another thing as well. Even if it's like, let's say last season when you lost to Newcastle, and I told you were going to lose. Like, I was so happy. I actually put a tweet, and it was literally as simple as LOL at Arsenal. And you know, I just thought, nah. Because I couldn't be bothered with even though I was laughing my nuts off, and I think I was on the phone texting you going, yes. Like what it is I just thought I can't be bothered for the backlash that will come.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So so even me, I will check things that I'm saying and just try and keep it positive. Do you know what I mean? So big love to everyone out there locked in. If you have any comments or thoughts, please put them in the comments below, because
we want to hear what people are saying because this is quite a deep topic. And people will have their own opinions and their own insights into this from things that have happened to them or things they may have posted or friends may have done certain things. So it'd be really interesting to read what you lot could say in the comments about this one, man.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to leave a rating, because the ratings are important. Yeah, so 5-star. If you're going to leave a 4, don't worry, just do a 5. Do a 5. Come on, man. It's not going to harm anybody. I think, apparently, I heard a rumour, don't quote me, it might be wrong, but apparently, like, all the social media platforms give you money back if you do 5-star reviews on this pod. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. This is SaSaSaS signing out. Life and laughter.
SaSaSaS, beats and bars, fresh. Don't know it heavy. The best of the best of the best. So awesome if they're ready. Yes. SaSaSaS, beats and bars, fresh. Don't know it heavy. The best of the best of the best. So awesome if they're ready. Yes.